Generic greetings and welcome to Star Rupture. Today's beverage is a very standard yet also very reliable cup of tea, the good old-fashioned cuppa. So welcome to Star Rupture. This is a sandbox survival crafting game. That's a lot of buzzwords there. Essentially, ourselves under duress and quite frankly as a convict have been sent to this world in order to survey, to explore, to prospect, to gather resources, to set up an automated factory and production line, with the end result ultimately to send said resources off-world to make corporations profit, because capitalism. Oh, and also just one more thing, and we probably should have mentioned this at the very beginning. Every now and then the star or the anomaly or the whatever's going on over there will pulse and bathe the entire world in hellish fire, ultimately resetting everything, destroying a lot of what's not within the shield, and yeah, killing all of the wildlife and respawning things, and it's definitely a sight and an event to behold, so we'll hopefully see that later on. But let's see how we get on. But yeah, this is definitely something I wanted to check out because it is a factory building game, and I'm a big fan of the genre. Things like Factorio, Satisfactory, Dyson Sphere, etc. are probably the big players in the game. I don't think it's unfair to say, but there's a lot of examples of the genre, many of which are, have their own certain themes and such, and they might lean really big into the automation, into the exploration side, into even like multiple layers and tiers of systems. This definitely feels to be of the sort of exploration and fighting side of it. It definitely leans into that, and it's not to say that there is a light load when it comes to the automation side. In fact, this is only a couple of hours old, this factory here. Like I say, the factory, it's very, very basic, but it does have, let's say, the basics of automation. So you think of like miners and your smelters, and then that goes on to like rail systems, which I'll touch on later on, and then we're sending that off world and such. And you basically work for different corporations and unlock different technologies, but again, you do have a lot of exploring in the game to do, and well, that's probably accented by the fact that you've got, well, points of interest all over the place. So there's that point there, which was like a map relay station. You can see just how far I've been. I've been to there, and the map seems to be quite large. This is early access, so it ain't finished, so I know there's more biomes and stuff to add. But yeah, things like that weird Star Wars-esque super weapon thing, or the engine of something or whatever. I think it's connected to the anomaly. You've got like some ruins over there, which I really want to explore. I'm looking forward to that. There's a big dish over there that seems to be all wrecked. So lots of places to explore. There's cave systems and stuff. And oh yeah, I don't know what's going on up there. It's very difficult to see because of the weather at this stage, but it's supposed to be like a moon or an asteroid with a big hole clean in it. So yeah, anyway, this is going to be just a little bit of a look around the factory, and it'll be a little bit all over the place. It's going to be a bit of a preview, a bit of a playthrough, etc. We'll see how we get on, but I'll show you what I've got going here, and that is not correct. Let me just go ahead and delete that rail because it is set up wrong, and I'm just going to quickly put that back in there. As I said, I'll touch on the automation side and the rail system and other things later on, but it does things a little bit different to its contemporaries, mainly in that the resources are requested rather than automatically sent like on a conveyor belt or on a train system. But yes, so you start off, and I should point out this is a single player after maybe 2.5 hours worth of gameplay, but you can play it co-op as well, and I do feel like it would probably be best playing it co-op, although I guess your mileage may vary depending on, well, your friends. And these are the different characters that you can play. So engineer, soldier, biologist, scientist. I think it's just a physical difference in their appearance, in their voice. I don't think the stats actually change. There are survival stats, health, shields. You do have to eat and drink. You've got like a calories and hydration level, but that doesn't really mean much other than just basically now and again just finding something to eat and drink. And
Future Health Solutions is happy with your work.
I've finished. I finished a job for one of the corporations. Okay.
Future Health Solutions for modern problems.
We'll have a look at that in a moment. So yes, as I said, you work for different corporations, and they'll require a certain amount of resources, which you obviously have to harvest and set up the production line for. Once you've done whatever they want, then they give you access to more technology, which allows you to expand the factory or explore further. It might be different weapons and ammo or systems, or like say more automation. So the very basic factory here is the main central core here, which has got a big shield. It's got basically a heatsink on it. I think that's the overall size of the factory. very, very small at this stage. I've built a habitat there, which you do need to take shelter in. You've got some power, so how we're doing for power. I'm just going to go underneath here and check. We are on 120 in the grid. We're only using 80, so we're actually perfectly fine for power. That's all right. Everything is connected, not by power lines, but if they're physically connected with either, well, buildings or these grids or even just the rail system, power is just distributed automatically there. So we have a couple of resources that we are mining ourselves. So we've got this here, which is, well, a lot of people would say, if we look on the map, and actually the map itself needs to be unlocked via technology. I think that's deliberate, not just thematically as well. But yeah, you've got some resources here and resources here. A lot of people would say, oh, so it's iron and copper. No, it's actually titanium and wolfram, I think it's called. Yeah, wolfram. But that is being gathered by these miners here. They output to the smelters. The smelters then take it over to these orbital insertion devices, which basically send it, like I said, to the different corporations. Yeah, what's going on over there? And it does so via these rails. And the rails, as I said, work a bit differently to a lot of the other games' contemporaries. So things like Satisfactory and Factorio, it puts it on the belts and basically it just sends it and it just gets blocked up. Whereas this, it's sort of like a request system. So this will request titanium ore. However, it doesn't matter where the connection is, as long as there's some sort of connection over to somewhere, so it could be miles away, it will request it and it'll come along the rails and automatically be shunted onto the correct area, because we've got basically like drones moving it, and we'll see that as we go through the technology tree, because I need to select a new piece of technology there. You can mine stuff yourself. You've got this mining laser here, and you will be doing some of that as you're progressing on. In fact, a lot of the exploration mechanics are built around that. So you got over there, you can see there's a lot of smoke, and that is basically some asteroids that have crashed down, and oh, there's some hydro bulbs, there's some things we can gather. So yeah, these things crash down and you can go and explore and get some more rarer resources off them. So what's currently on here? We've got let's see, we've got some just titanium, that's very basic there, but you'll also get, like, I think hydrogen, and also, I think you get like cores. Yeah, meteorite cores there. So I'm just looking for the main points. Oh, we've leveled up again in another core. Okay, we'll have to look at that. We'll have to look at that now, actually, because we'll have to get back and sort that out. Let me pick up some of the what's that? That's called star tears. There are some sort of fungi, and let's just collect some of this here. There's some more as well. A lot of this we can either consume or use in construction, or when in doubt, just research. But the factory, you may see, has now stopped. Let me just holster this. There we are. The factory stopped because basically I've provided what the corporation needs for the next tier. So we're going to run in and we're going to have a chat with the corporations, the two of them to have a look at here. So corporation terminal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one will give you different things. So we are working for Future Health Solutions, which is going to give us a med tool.
You know that feeling when you
Excuse me.
accidentally get hit by a car? Jumping out of a helicopter didn't go according to plan? Or
Med tool.
maybe you were bored playing with a gun and you
Healing.
shot your kneecap. Those problems are over.
Yes.
You don't need a new expensive sleeve anymore.
Okay.
Future Health Solutions introduces the Med Tool. It will heal any wound in
Some research
seconds.
points there.
Future Health Solutions for modern problems.
So it's just medicine to heal wounds. A good device.
Yes.
Contracts with Future Health Solutions require I do things a certain way.
Apparently so. Yeah, so as I said, that was Future Health Solutions, so that's give us access to healing. But then after that, you've got things like an LEM station, which allows for the installation of limbic enhancement membranes. So I'm guessing bionic type things. We'll have to see what those do. You've got loads of upgrades, food stations, inventory upgrades, etc. So you can see these go all the way down to, well, at this stage, level 11. It is early access, so obviously more to add. You've got, we've done this. We've done this one as well with the Selenian Corporation. If I claim this one, it's just going to increase our inventory size. We get these points essentially by providing the resources that they want, or we can just add these research points that we get from finding things and putting it in the analyzer here.
The capacity of your pockets. Your inventory has been updated.
Like that.
And you can now fit more items into it.
This data will be useful.
Ruptura activity detected.
Oh.
I recommend finding a safe place.
So, this is the anomaly that I mentioned. So, it's the star over there, and it's not a friendly beast. It's not like sentient in any ways. I mean, as far as I can tell, it does remind me of a little bit of the anomaly from the Fifth Element, but you know, yeah, your mileage again may vary on that. So it is somewhat heating up. But you can see the foliage is changing a little bit, and that will happen. Also, the sky is it's very much heating up. Don't worry, it's going to get a lot hotter soon. But you can see, you know, things are heating up around, and we've got a lot more haze appearing. I haven't really mentioned about the look of the game. I do think it looks beautiful. It looks very, very nice. It's going to look absolutely horrible. Take a good look at the moment, because it's going to go from this nice lush landscape to well, not so lush. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get inside, because quite frankly, this is going to be a short video if I don't. There we are. So we're inside the airlock there, and oh yeah, the sky's getting a little bit angry. So I mean, I wanted to go out and set some more things going, but that isn't going to happen because, well, it says a wave warning, and that doesn't mean a wave of enemies. Well, not at the moment anyway, but that is a thing that can happen. Luckily, I have got a pistol. Luckily, this is bulletproof. And let's just holster that for now. And heatwave in 10 seconds. So, yes, the anomaly is going to pulse in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ruptura's core is unstable.
Is it?
Safety immediately.
Unstable, is it? Yes, and if you're outside, then guess what? You won't be for much longer, and
Warning. The planet is being incinerated.
yep, someone has definitely turned the heating on. Okay, so there is the pulse, and what is left outside. Luckily, our devices seem to be quite resistant to that sort of thing, and I don't know whether that's because it's in proximity to that shield core that we have, or it's built like that. I have a feeling it's the former, but you can see this has now completely scorched this planet, and well, I could probably try and go out. Let me just lower the temperature of this one, but I have a feeling that going out is probably not going to be a good idea. Your buildings have overheated, wait for them to cool down, and oh yeah, that's a little bit too warm for my liking. Let me just cycle that airlock, and we'll wait for the shield to go back up. You can see things are cooling down a little bit now. There's no longer fire coming off the ground. But what that does is essentially reset the planet. So if you've cleared out like enemy strongholds, they sort of hide, and then if say they've been reset, all of the foliage has been burnt away, and will start to regrow. Apparently it's in acceptable parameters, so we can leave now, but we can see that all this is still still far too hot for us to do anything with, and the ground is, well, as you can see, it is completely scorched. Wow, okay. So I do need to do something with these orbital launches here, because I have basically completed the corporation requirement. But we'll look at those in a moment, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run over to that. So when you get these bursts, it's going to send out resources, and some of these only last for a short amount of time, so you want to go ahead and you want to gather them. So this is one of the resources called Ignitium. So we've gathered that. So obviously it's very easy to see, because, well, the world has went from that nice lush thing that we saw earlier to, well, this, and oh, there is a dead body, which we will pick up some resources from. There are a lot of dead bodies on this. Obviously, that's part of the sort of storytelling that and the environmental storytelling that's going on here. to indicate that we are not the first and we won't be the last to come here. Oh, there was some natural fauna here. Oh, tiny bit of grass left. Hey, we're okay. Yeah, there was a little bit of foliage over there. That's no longer. Let me go ahead and grab some of this. And yeah, the smoke is now clearing. Might as well pick up this while we're here. So you can just mine the asteroid itself really quickly. I call it an asteroid. I don't know what. Yeah, the comet. No, asteroid. This is overheated as well. So you can just mine that as is. However, if you get there's bits of like minerals around it. If you get those, it'll mine much quicker. So where else is there this to pick up? I think that is about it. Okay. So the base should have cooled down by now. Let's go ahead and we'll see what the corporations... Oh no, there's more stuff over there. I'm going to go and quickly grab that. But you can see all of the water is completely decimated away. It's completely evaporated and gone to nothing. In fact, there was a point where I wasn't really prepared for it. I think it might have even been the first time I experienced the big explosion there from the anomaly. And, well, I didn't have any way to get hydration, and the character was... well, a little bit thirsty, as you may imagine there. So let's just pick up some of these resources here. Like I say, some of them you can only get after this event. So let's grab all of that. And this is now overheated. And there's probably some more stuff over there, but we'll see. Let's just wait for the mining drill to cool down a bit. There we go. Grab that. And then see if we can mine that out. And there we go. Okay, that should do us for now. So we'll put that away, and then we'll head back, and we'll see what the corporations want. There's a couple of things I can set up very easily, and we'll do that. And then once they're going, we should be able to have a little look around. So I want to maybe let's see about the corporations. Can I check them from here? No, I cannot. Okay, so we're going to go in here, and I probably want to work for. Level 4 would be nice, but that requires calcium blocks and calcite sheets, which I can't do. This one is for level 4. It's titanium sheet and titanium rods, but that only gives an LEM station. This one is for the Selenium Corporation. That's a similar thing, and gives us a furnace, which gives us, loads of items by the look of it. What about for level 3 for this guy? This is the Griffiths Blue Corporation. They are weapons, and they require either wolfram wire or titanium rods. We could probably do that. That's calcite, we've checked that out. And then this is the wolfram wire. This is for a storage, so I definitely want a storage. Okay, we're going to do that. So I want to make some wolfram wire. So how does one make that? Well, naturally, it will be in some sort of a device that, well, makes the wire. Almost certainly then, if I go over to building, it's going to be, let's have a quick look, that's going to be in probably a fabricator. In fact, when we build that there on the right, it shows the output, which one of them is indeed wolfram wire. So I'm going to place one of those, and I'm going to place it probably around here, but I'm going to have to remove this rail first. So we'll remove that, and we'll set up the rest of the factory. It means that the raw wolfram ore is then being processed into the ingots, but then it's not going onto the line. But I don't think that matters too much. So we'll go for a fabricator. I'm going to place it in there. You can alter the height as well, so we'll put it there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the wolfram wire. So it is 2 every 4 seconds. However, this thing produces 2 every 2 seconds. So ideally, you want it basically 2 for 2. Okay, so I'm going to put another fabricator next to this guy then. So we'll do that, and then this is where the whole automation and working out the numbers comes into play. And I think I say it often for these types of games, but I wish there would be a much easier way of checking out exactly what the timings are, because sometimes they can be a little bit problematic. But there we go. So we've set up in... Oh, hang on, there is... Oh, there's multiple inputs. Yeah, but we only need one input on that one. However, these can then go to there, and then this one, can I get it to the side? I can get it to there as well. And now that's going to produce, because I did set that going. This one I'll set to wolfram wire, which is going to require the ore. So as I said, it's the drones work on a request system. So this is requesting that ore, so it's coming out here. It's not just automatically streaming, but it should be working fine now. I'm just going to double check my maths on that one. So 2 every 4 seconds, and this thing produces 2 every 2 seconds. I believe this is 2 every 2 seconds, so we should be on a fairly decent... yeah, 2 every 2 seconds. So we're on, I think, a fairly decent, efficient flow rate there. But you can see all it's doing is making them. It's not sending them anywhere because, again, these haven't requested it. Nothing's requesting it. However, I can say for this guy, and we get the resources back, by the way, they've been sent there. I want to say Clever Robotics, and I'm going to say the wire. Now, I could have instead have just said, actually, you know what? Just go with the bar, but we don't get as many points for doing that. So I'm going to send the wire, and then again, the wire is going to be streamed from there. And then this one, I'm going to make it easy and say wolfram bars, and then because, quite frankly, I've got hundreds on my person, and I want to just have some way of just sending it off. So that is now producing. Let's do something similar over on the other area, although I do have a feeling that we are going to be low on the old energy. Yes, we are. So we do need more of that. So I'm going to go over to building, and then to energy, and to generators, and then we're going to bring the generators in, and we'll have one there. We will have one in there. I'm going to have a bit of a gap here because it just gives me easy access to things. So I'm just placing this stuff in. And, oh, that's wrong. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and say remove. So we'll get rid of that. And again, I don't have to connect this up to... It's probably easier if I go down here. I don't have to connect this up to, like, any power rails or any grid, because as long as it's physically touching, it's all done automatically. So let's just see if that is the case. And yes, we now got 180 in the grid, so that is producing fine. Okay, good. Let me just see. I'm going to go insert some helium, insert some of that ignitium, which I needed, so that's all good. We'll insert some of these cores here. You can see I need loads more helium and some ceramics, which I've not even come close to making there. I do have some random ores on me as well. I'm just going to go over to the item printer, and how many bullets do I have actually? Let me just sort all that. I have 500 odd bullets, so I'm actually fine on just making... This is just your basic building materials. It's wolfram ore and it's titanium. I'll just say build max. There's that job done. So we are working on... Yep, there we go. We're on 10% for the clever robotics. Over here, the analyzing station, you can put in any of this stuff here and you can claim stuff off it. Ignitium, probably going to put that in my storage, like so. And I've got other things as well that a lot of these I found on a lot of the items I found on things like dead bodies, or there's oh, that's a monolith. Yeah, I think 2001 and other such things. There's also drone wrecks and such. Like I say, I don't know if this is representative of what's available at this stage. It's early access, so I know there's more biomes to be added. They've even said that. Right, okay. Let me just double check recipe stations. So you can put in things like... Cal. Oh, we've leveled up in survival.
That was frightening. Such power.
Oh. Let me check that in a moment. So you can, for example, upgrade to different resources here. So intermediate building materials, quartz building materials, power cells, things for the smelter to make calcium blocks, etc. I might as well insert that just to get it off my person. Fabricator, similar thing. Oh, sadly I don't have one of those. That's basic building materials if I was to place that one in there. Meteorite heart, okay. Anyway, and then you've got also the research points that you get. But anyway, where was I? Oh yes, we're going to set up. Let's see. We want to get the next tier from this location. So this is going to say and return loads of stuff to me because it's finished that corporation requirement. So we'll do all that. And Future health solutions, maybe not. Well, ideally, what do I need? What do I need? You know what? I'm going to work on these two, the Selenium Corporation and the Griffiths Blue Corporation, because I know these two require titanium rods. And titanium rods we can craft in... well, the fabricators like that. So I can probably fit it in here. I could probably fit it in there, but I'm going to probably remove some of this stuff and move it back over, just to make it easier for myself. Like that. So we'll go over to a smelter, and I'm going to rotate it and then build it, bring it up to, say, there. Then we're going to go for a fabricator and rotate it and place one there and one in there. I might just fit this in, so let's go with a rail connector and put it just roughly in, say there. And the rest of it I should be able to connect up if I'm lucky. So let's see. So these do have a polarity, by the way. They have a direction. So there you go. So if I did say that to that, it might automatically fix it. No, it can't be placed. I'm guessing it's because of the direction. Let me try that again. There to there. Yes, that one to that one. And then that one to that one. It will then output from there, hang on, from there to there, this one to that one, and then here we're going to say from that titanium rods, which I'm going to go for, oh, it produces one every 2 seconds. Okay. That requires titanium bars, which I should be able to set up there. And now it's working. And then what I'll do is I'll plonk what I've got in here, because quite frankly, we've got so much of it. So there we go. Again, haven't done the exact maths of it. So how much are we producing? 2 every 2 seconds. This is going to be 2 every 2 seconds. 2 every 2 seconds. And then it makes 1 every 2 seconds. So actually that, I think, is alright. And then it's going to send it over to here. But again, these have to be set correctly. Let's go with titanium rods. Titanium rods. And I don't think I can set this one to anything other than... you know what I could do? I could just say set that to this. And just keep on going over and sending it off. But again, that's now automated and doing its thing. Okay, good. Right, let's set that there. That's all going. Let's have a little bit of an explore, shall we? So, where do we want to go? Well, I've been over to that point there. That is a geoscanner, and it opens up the map a little bit. I think there's also one, because this is now going to do its own thing, right? Now, the base can get attacked, but I think we're a little bit too early on before that actually happens. I'm sure there was another one of those geoscanners within line of sight. Or is it over there? I do want to have a look over there. Let's have a wander in that direction. You can see we do have these that I can pick up as well, because everything is now grown back. It's very easy to forget that all this was like completely destroyed only what, 10 minutes ago, something like that. So yeah, I've been up that cave there. I really don't want to go that. Oh, there we go. We've got beasties. Okay, so these are the beasties, and yeah, they are hostile. I say hostile as in I'm now starting to shoot them. That's because they would get closer anyway. So we're just getting the headshots.
Reloading.
Oh, better reload. You can get rifles and other such things. As I said, the game does lean into the exploration and combat perhaps a little bit more than some of its contemporaries. So obviously, that really depends on your focus. But I can understand why someone would want that, especially since we've already got a lot of building games that require basically a spreadsheet. I like the idea of a game like Switch, maybe a little bit lighter on the building mechanics, but a bit more focused on maybe a little bit of combat and exploration. Although the beasties can be a bit scary, but that's on me. We've got a cave here, which is all sort of sealed shut, and I can't do anything about it. I don't think I can even mine it. Maybe grenades or something, but we'll have a look later on. What's up there? there's some sort of ruin over there, isn't there? And there's one over there. Oh, there we go. There's one of those geo things that I mentioned. What are they called? Geo scanner. Let's have a look over there. Through this sort of lake bed that's all dried up. Oh, I mentioned about a monolith, by the way. Yeah, it's got a lot of radiation going around it as well, so you just don't want to. You don't want to be dealing with that. Let me pick up these here,
Acquired.
because we can use them for research. This is calcium, I believe. Yeah, calcium ore. I would very much like to put an ore excavator here, but it says can't build outside of base core area, so I may have to expand the base core. Or, well, there's something I have to do. I'll have to do a bit of research into that. Expand the base core, or maybe you can just build rails towards it. I'm not too sure. But let's gather this. I do need the cores for it. There's a meteorite core you get, essentially. And you should be done now. Yeah, meteorite. Cool, that's fine.
Come here.
Pick up some of this. And, oh, that's now overheated. These look like you can collect them, but you can't. Just wait for this to cool down. Grab this. It's helium and such. Wolfram ore. Not really something we need to do. We've got a good range on this thing, by the way. There you go. There's some more wolfram over there. You get them in this big archway. Oh, hang on, wait. Sorry, I saw something up there. There was a flash of blue, and one of the enemies is basically... I don't know what the technical term for it is, but I'm going to go with blue explodey thing. Yeah. There they are. I'm hoping you get a sniper rifle. And you can see they sort of kick out these spores essentially, and it's not good for I was going to say biological life, not good for yours. For them, I don't know. Well, certainly bullets aren't, but I can outrange them. And there's some more over there. And these are only very small beasties, but you get a lot bigger ones. I think there's also radiation over there. Okay, I'm going to set this going. So, this is a geoscanner. And this will unlock the map. However, what it also will do is rumble and attract hostiles, which will attack it. And it appears to come from where you're not looking. Oh, beasties. So these head crabs are not very friendly. And I really wish I had a rifle at this stage. You can take them out by using your mining laser. See, I can't get close to this stuff here. That gives you infection. How we're doing. Take those out before they get close. Sentry turrets are a thing. Haven't yet built them, but I'm very much looking forward to unlocking them. Oh, good grief, they're coming in. See, they're attacking the geo scanner.
No more distractions.
Gonna have to run away. Infection's going up. Let me run away from that. But I think I might have done this.
It works.
There we go. Okay, antenna activated. Let's look around for enemy hostiles. There was one. But I think that's now done. And it means that we've now unlocked all of this, and no. So we've unlocked this area, and it's indicated that there are loads of dead bodies in there. Right, okay, I'm going to have a look, aren't I? As I said, it is early access this, so there are biomes to still be added, and...
Order completed.
Oh.
Clever Robotics cares about you, and so they have another reward waiting for you in the terminal. They also ask that you keep an eye out for old model
Reloading.
trolls lost on arcade. They might contain useful
Yeah, bye.
items.
Right, so you've saw what's in there, and that's why I don't want anything to do with it. I'm running away. Like I say, the game is built around exploration and combat as much as it is for, oh my, right, mistakes have been made, and you've just seen them being made. I'm going to get some distance from these guys. It would be nice to think I'm getting something from killing these. And the only thing I'm getting really is to keep my own life. I hope they actually turn around at some point. Please don't be a dead end. Please don't be a dead end. Please don't be a dead end. Oh no. No, 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 no. Yeah. Okay, it's a big pond. Oh, and this is probably where someone's died before. Right. You can see there's one of them left. Right, good. So I found this pond, and
That's a
it
snack.
contains a drone part. Oh, looks, I've already
Come here.
came here and got it. I was probably under duress, just like there. Okay. Well, apart from that being full of dead bodies, quite frankly, there's still a big, big, big part of me just really wants to explore over there. And I think that's one of the strengths of the game, in that obviously it's got a lot of this environmental storytelling, a lot of big focus on it, and you do just want to go, I want to see what's over there. There's also a dead body in here who looks like they were taking shelter. It also has a lot of these weird bugs around. War bonds and pistol ammo.
Gotcha.
Oh, and then the loot bugs run away. Let's go ahead and grab this. Grab the ore. Grab all the special stuff on it. And then just break the whole thing apart. Right. Down there is... Well, I don't know what's down there. Yeah, not going down a big cavern that I've never been down, so let's head back. I believe one of the corporations we are done with, actually. So we've set up our little automation system, and yeah, it means that we've unlocked stuff while we're away. Now, naturally, there's a lot more to be automated. This is just the very basics at this stage. I think I can put 1, 2 more of these miners down. Let's just double check. Those are not producing anything anymore, so they might be completed. Let me double check the console here. Oh, and actually, while I'm here, no, it was in this part, wasn't it? So I don't forget, it was to insert some of that. Insert that. So I'll get rid of some of this and some of this. Well, there's loads of parts I can make, but I'm not going to look at that right now. Instead, I want to go for robotics. Claim. Storage depot. So, one of the things that threw me a bit... Oh! Okay, beasties have been here while I've been away. And they have essentially frozen it. Though it's been infected. Right, I'm going to need some sort of disinfectant, which I've got here, but I'm going to need I'm going to need to automate the combat process, essentially, aren't I?
Reloading.
Yeah, one of the things that threw me is that because the game works on a request system, so these are requesting things from here, those are requesting from there, etc. You don't end up making something and then putting in like a big storage. Like, where is it? Like in here. And then you can store stuff. Yeah, so you can say, look, I just want to store loads of this. You don't have to store things. Because it can be, if you do all the maths right, it's just like a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. Whereas if you want to put in something like that, then you can just make loads of it, store it, and then, you know, output it when you want. And that's probably what I would do long term. just to give you that buffer, essentially. Right, let me just double check then. So it was in here, and
Great.
we can go for more wire for the next level, whatever that happens to be, and that's now making that one. And I don't even know what the next level is going to be, but we can't do the... right, so we can't do the standard ore for that one. Now, because of this, I think it's going... Their ratio is correct up until about this point, in which case then it's wrong, but this will have produced up to 100 of each. Yeah, it's got a big stack of them, essentially. So that's what's happened there. So eventually, you can see these now streaming to these two, because they've requested it, and then the drones are going to send it to here. Okay, so I'll just put the spare in there and let it send. Well, that's all good. I'm going to check this other one, because this one was wrong, and oh yeah, we can see we've got a bit of an issue when it comes to the throughput there. I've obviously done some wrong maths on that one. What else can we send? Tubes, wires, ceramics, and more wolfram stuff. Okay. Alright. Are we okay for power, actually? It could have been a power issue. Power is actually totally fine. Alright. So we got storage from this one. The next level is building drone. An alternate building mode. Okay. I could just put loads of points there, so you've got extra basically research points I could put into that one if I really wanted to. Like, there's 20 data. We could do that. Grenades. I think we're going to have those in our lives at some point. This station would be good as well. But yeah, there's a lot for me to research and to figure out. I do need to get some sort of automated turret, and that'll be probably from this corporation here. Yeah, defense turret, level 6. It goes from defense towers, shield givers. What else have we got on this one? Amplifiers, solar generator Mark IIs, wind turbines. Everything goes up to, as far as I can tell, level 11. There's a big assembler and refinery. So there seems to be a fair amount in this build of the game. And oh, yeah, hang on, wait, I've just found the main thing that you want. There it is. Hang on, where was it? Where was it? Lost it. Lost it. Lost it. There it is. Multi-rails. So you can have a bigger throughput. That would be good. That would be good. Okay. Let's see then. So these are all producing. Did I set this up correctly? Titanium. Titanium rods. Are those working? Is it because these are full? Yeah. I think I can probably change that over to... Output is full. I need to make titanium sheets. But that is made in a fabricator. And I don't have the technology for that. I don't think. Let's have a quick look. Fabricator. Titanium sheets. I need loads of titanium bars and then the research. Okay, so I can definitely unlock that and this other stuff as well. Either way, I am going to leave it there for now. That's been Star Rupture. A very, very brief look at this early access build of it. However, after maybe 4 hours of play, thoughts are very positive. Very positive. Like I say, I think it does lean into exploration and combat more than perhaps a lot of its contemporaries. That doesn't mean to say that the building side of it is very basic. I think it is probably more compressed. That's what it feels like at this stage than, again, a lot of the other factory building games out there. But that's not to say it's shallow. And, frankly, the rails are cool. Things just seem to work. It would be nice to have more readout in terms of like power, for example, going. I think you can only really check it from here. I don't know if there's a way to check it from your pad. It'd be nice to check out some more readouts from places. Maybe that unlocks later on. And also the timings. It'd be nice to know. It'd be nice if it was very easy to check out what the timing and production, like, what they are. So I have to go up to it and check out these bits here and then try to do the calculations on the fly. Some games have actually like put it on the side and things like that, so it's very easy to just quickly look at things and read out. But these are all like really minor things. The actual moment to moment so far is really fun. I did think that massive pulse of death was going to be annoying, and so far, after only a couple of them to be fair, it isn't. It does introduce new elements. The exploration side of it though, that's what I'm really looking forward to. There's so much stuff I'm looking forward to exploring up there, over there, lots of beasties. If you don't like the combat side of it, and if you don't like the survival side of it, I can totally understand. I would probably argue that then that might make this not the game for you. But that's not to say that it's a complete deal breaker. But anyway, it's been a bit of a rambly one, I understand. But the takeaway is I'm very much enjoying it. I'm going to be playing more of it, and I hope it has a bright future. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.